and happy September. September is a big month for, I think, everyone. Either the kids are going back to school or the kids are going back to school, which means that the park will be more empty during the day, which I'm very excited about. No matter where you are in life, September can be a big month. And for me, it has always been a big month. Either I was starting school or I was starting a new year, a new season of competition. Nowadays, it is a milestone in the year for me to kind of start over. You would think that'd be January, but September has always been a big month for that for me. These practice schedules that I build are about an hour every week. So it's not too much time. I want you to take it, make it your own, practice things over and over again, move on to something new when you feel ready. Everything that I talk about, all of the videos are available within the blog. I link them within the blog. All of them are available within the memberships on thatnicolefiore.com or on YouTube. I highly suggest checking it out. Please let me know if you have any questions at all. I'm here to help. We also have the foundations course. We also have private lessons that you can book. Everything is available on thatnicolefiore.com. Hi. All right, week 1, we are going to start with some drills off skates. These drills were initially made for completely off skates in the mind, body, soul section. So they will work on a lot of specific skating muscles that we will be using within the month, but you will not need skates on your feet to do them. We are going to start with the squat, jump, pulse video. I believe that is the full name. So that is off skates. We will be squatting, we will be jumping, we will work on those fast twitch muscles that we will need to develop throughout our skating. Then for our skill, we are going to work on our downtown. So within our choreography, we will be doing the downtown. The downtown is a series of crosses. A cross in front, a cross in back. You can do it slower, you can speed it up, however you want to do it, but we will be working on the downtown. For our practice this month, we will be doing our strong outer forward edges. Edges are extremely important. Our outer edges can be a little bit scary, but they do not need to be. So we will be working on getting those edges stronger, holding them, really making sure our body is in the correct position. Outer edges are extremely important. We use them in so many different things. Even in that downtown that I just showed you, right here when I step for the cross behind, I'm pressing to the outside of my skate. That's all an outside edge is when you're pressing to the outside. We will be focusing mainly on our forward skating. So this is good for every level, any level. If you're just starting out, this is something I want you to work on almost every time you're on skates. And if you are a seasoned professional, this is something I want you to come back to every time you are on skates. I myself just worked on this as soon as I put my skates on yesterday before I started teaching a lesson. I was just going around in a circle and I was making it tighter and tighter and tighter. So you will work on where to put your weight. When you are doing a more shallow edge, your weight can be more forward. When you're really tightening it up for an outer forward upright or a corkscrew spin, you want to put that weight further back. We will work on all of that within the strong outer forward edge video. So I want you to practice that. All right, week 2, we are doing our choreography to Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. One of my all-time favorite songs, and I'm so sorry, but I will be rickrolling you. We are going to do so many different fun things within this choreography. We have a slow downtown in our beginner intermediate, and that's where I want you to start this week on the beginner intermediate choreography. In the 4th week, I'll have you move on to the advanced portion of the choreography, which is a more difficult, more sped up version of this. We have the corkscrew in this, and that will be our skill for this week, our practice, but we will be doing it in a more edge-like fashion. So I don't want you to necessarily think of it as a corkscrew spin. Don't think that if you can't do a corkscrew spin, you can't do this choreography. You absolutely can, but we will be pressing those outer forward edges in both directions. Now, while I'm talking about that, do not be afraid to adjust your skates. You can always loosen your trucks, you can tighten them up depending on what you need. So play with that. Make this week an opportunity for you to adjust your skates as well. Our practice for this week, like I previously mentioned, is the corkscrew spin. I get so many people that I work with every week saying that this skill eludes them, like they cannot quite get this. Practice your edges. edges, edges, edges. Your outer edges, like I said, if you want to go kind of shallow, your weight will be a little more forward, more toward the toe, more toward the ball of the foot. When you want to tighten it up, your weight will be back a little bit more. You'll be spinning around that outer back wheel. So the corkscrew spin, you can do it so many different ways. I prefer to do it with my toe wheels of the back foot on the ground still. So my front foot has all the wheels, my back foot has just the toe wheels. You can do this on a heel toe, you can do it on all toe. There are so many different ways to do it, but the main thing is that you are rotating, you are spinning. So everything has to continue going around no matter what. On to week 3, we have another off skates drills video. This one is on lunges, forward and backward. These drills this month are very on purpose. They are very specific to what we are working on because we have a new skill coming up this week called the down pivot. Now, before I get into that, lunges. Lunges are very important because not only are you working your legs to get down to the ground to come up, you don't want to slam your knee on the ground, so be careful of that. But you're not just using your legs, you're also using your core to stabilize you from side to side. So if you need to do this with your arms up, feel free to do that. If you need to take a break in between them, we're going to be doing forward and back lunges, meaning we will step forward and we will step back into a lunge. So take your time with that. Again, it is off skates. So really feel the weight through your feet because I want you to start feeling that as well when you have your skates on. When we walk, we don't typically think about the weight we are sending into the ground, but when we skate, we do think about that. So I want you to start thinking about that even off skates in these drills. Now for our skill this week, we have a brand new video called the down pivot. Now, if you have been with me, if you've followed me for a while, you know I absolutely love this skill. I love going up to the camera, doing like a 3-turn, putting my toe stop down and dropping that pivot with my leg really long to the camera. The down pivot, I have a few tricks. I have a few tricks for it because I don't want you to hurt your leg. I don't want you to strain your leg dropping down, coming up. You can use other parts of your body. You can use your momentum to help you get back up so that you don't strain your muscles while you're doing it. Practice this week is the downtown again, but a little different. So the downtown, like I said, it's a cross in front, it's a cross in back. Then you can add some flow to it. You can make it a little edgier. You can add some arms. There are so many different ways to play with it. And that's the awesome thing about the downtown. The downtown is probably the one skill that I suggest everyone learns because no matter where you are, there will be people doing the downtown together. It's a really fun group activity in the center of the floor or wherever you have enough space to do it with a group. It is so much fun and everyone has their own style. So I want you to check out the downtown flow video and figure out your own flow while you're doing the downtown. Lastly, week 4, we have again our Never Gonna Give You Up choreography by Rick Astley. Now this is the advanced. If you do not want to move on to the advanced, if you're not quite ready, continue working on that beginner intermediate. I want you to work on this throughout the month. Advanced choreography, like I previously mentioned, is a bit faster, it's a bit more difficult. So we have a lot of the same skills, but they are faster and I want you to push them a little bit further, meaning the downtown, it'll be a little bit quicker. The corkscrews will be a little bit tighter. Our moonwalk we have in there too. And that leads us into our practice this week, which will be the moonwalk. Now, the moonwalk is basically a dribble while moving. So I want you to not complicate it too much. It's using the toes, it's rolling it forward, it's switching, it's working on transferring weight from one foot to the other. And then I want you to add some body movement to it. A moonwalk is not super cool if it's just like, you want to add some hips, you want to add some shoulders. Even if you don't want to move too much, just add a little bit of flavor of your own. Now, please, again, let me know if you have any questions at all. I am here to help. These practice schedules are built out for you and for myself. I'm right here with you, practicing alongside you. And I want you to remember, you don't have to do everything. Everything that I build is about an hour a week. So it's not too much time. Space it out. I personally don't skate every single day, but I space them out like every other day. I'll work on something new. I'll revisit what I worked on before, because it is about repetition. I do want you to repeatedly do things to make them better and better. So take your time with it, make it your own. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you have a good month. I'll see you later.